What is up, brawlers? My name is Soy and I absolutely love playing Brawl Stars, especially Brawl Ball. With over 1000 hours playing the game and over 15,000 3v3 victories that mostly comes from Brawl Ball, I believe I have a couple of helpful tips that will definitely make you guys a better player inside Brawl Stars. In my Brawl Ball videos, I often mention stuff like open maps, closed maps, but what does those actually means? In this video, I'm going to break it all down for you guys, as well as sharing my usual OP Brawl Ball tips that have given me thousands of victories inside said maps. Okay, so a map can be considered as an open map if it have areas that are wide enough for the rangiest brawler to freely shoot around without getting obstructed by walls. I just use Brock, Piper, and Bea as my benchmark, since their regular attack goes as far as 10 tiles. Then, a map that have at least 10 tiles of open areas can be considered as open maps. For example, Field Goal, Pinehole Pond, and of course, the very divisive Backyard Bowl. On the other side, closed maps, of course, for a map to be considered as one of the closed maps, it shouldn't have too much open areas without a wall blocking the way every couple of tiles. A couple of maps that can be easily considered as closed maps are Penalty Kick, Well Cut, and one of my personal favorite made by my favorite YouTuber Lex, the Sneaky Fields. And lastly, we have maps that sits awkwardly in the middle. I call them moderate maps. The perfect example is probably my absolute favorite map in Brawl Ball, which is Triple Dribble. It has a lot of obstacles on one side, but leave the area open on the other side for some rangier brawlers to operate. Some moderate maps, like Center Stage, might lean a little more to the open type because the choke point in the middle is pretty open, but it still have pretty generous amount of bushes and a little bit of sneaking areas on the sides for fast tanks like BB to operate nicely. Some other moderate maps like Super Stadium are leaning more towards the closed type because although the choke point in the middle is pretty open, but the areas with a lot of obstacles on the sides are significantly wider. Now you know the types of maps, so let's get down to the juicy tips. In this video, I'll tell you everything I know about the best maps for Brawl Ball, the closed maps. In my brawler selection video, I told you guys about the 4 pillars of Brawl Ball: DPS, health, speed, and a good super. Most of the brawlers who have these qualities fell inside the tanks category. So, as they operate the best on closed maps, it makes playing Brawl Ball always more fun when the closed maps are on rotation. For maps with a lot of bushes like the Sneaky Fields, Bull is always a good choice. Why? Because on point blank range, you can kill almost everyone way faster than they can kill you. Another obvious good choice is Rosa if you have her first star power. But other than those two, if you're smart about moving around the bushes, any tanks will serve you well. Primo, Daryl, BB, Jackie, you name it. Even when you're invisible, peek and shoot is still mandatory. Also, check my video about a skill that's called the Juke to master lies and deception around bushes. The throwers can be a decent option for closed maps as well. Barley, Sprout, and to some extent even Tick can operate from behind walls, establishing area denial while doing the peek and shoot to frustrate their chasers. You might notice that I didn't mention Dynamite. The reason is because you want the walls and bushes to stay there. As a Dynamite, sooner or later, you'll be forced to use your super, which destroys walls and bushes. Seriously guys, using a brawler that benefits from the existence of obstacles, yet you keep destroying them, is a clear sign of noobs. Don't do this. If you really want to use your wall-breaking super, at the very least, use it to destroy the walls that protects your opponent's goals. Never, ever use it for mere kills. Of course, this also goes for El Primo, Bull, Frank, Shelly, and so on. Never use your wall-breaking abilities unless it's for scoring goals or desperate defending situations. Lastly, I have to tell you guys about one exception. There is one brawler who is not really good in Brawl Ball. He's thick, but his health is weak. He can't break obstacles, he can't jump or teleport, and his speed is star power reliant. But his DPS in closed maps, I gotta tell you guys, that thing scares me. Have you figured out which brawler I'm talking about? Yeah, it's Rico. Ricochet can bounce his shots absolutely all over the place on closed maps. He might not be the best goal scorer in the mode, but he definitely has the ability to render even the best entirely useless. If you want to play Rico, smart Rico players will rarely push too aggressively. All they do is just bounce plenty of shots inside the choke points and box his opponents. To be honest, that's all a good team needs to grab victories. But when you're facing good Ricos that seems to just won't stop shooting, don't hesitate to waste a super or a gadget just to get him. El Primo's jump, Surge's teleport, use everything in your disposal to get rid of that annoying Rico. Even breaking some walls so the Rico won't be able to trap you will be justified at that point. Sometimes it's better to just try dodging his shots on open area than getting trapped between walls and some never-ending Rico bouncing shots. You can also do the same thing when facing annoying throwers. Sacrifice gadgets or super to get rid of them quickly, or just destroy the walls that they're hiding behind. Guys, I haven't done this in a while, but for those of you who were there when this channel just started, must have known that I used to do compilations of Brawl Ball plays. I had so much fun recording this week. I'ma let you enjoy a couple of closed map plays as we end our video. I hope you can use them as inspirations for your own plays. Next week, I'll be back with tips for moderate and open maps. Smash like if the video is alright, dislike if you hate it, sub if you haven't, but share this video with random people in your socials so randoms in Brawl Stars could play better. Until the next one, my name is Soy, signing out.
away from me. I need you to stay right there. I'm coming